Have you ever noticed the way your cat looks at you? Not just a quick glance, but that long, quiet stare. Almost like they're studying you. It makes you wonder, what does your cat actually see when they look at you? Most people assume their cat sees them as a human, the owner, the provider. But feline behavior research suggests something much stranger. In many ways, your cat may actually see you as something closer to a parent. And once you understand why, many of your cat's strange behaviors suddenly start to make sense. Let's start with that surprising idea. 1. Your cat may see you as their parent. Many feline behaviorists believe that adult cats often relate to humans in a way that closely resembles how kittens relate to their mother. Think about some common behaviors. Cats need your lap with their paws. That movement comes from kittenhood, when kittens needed their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow. Adult cats also meow constantly at humans. But interestingly, adult cats rarely meow at other cats. Meowing is mostly communication used between kittens and their mother. So when your cat follows you from room to room, sleeps beside you, or seeks you out when they're stressed, they may be treating you as a source of comfort and safety. Not just someone who feeds them, but a secure base in their world. However, there's something else most cat owners don't realize. Your cat probably doesn't even recognize your face the way humans recognize each other. 2. Your cat doesn't really see your face. Humans rely heavily on facial recognition. Cats don't. Their vision works very differently from ours. Cats evolved as hunters that are most active during dawn and dusk. Because of this, their eyes are designed to detect movement and contrast, not fine visual detail. This means your cat probably can't see your facial expressions clearly. A smile, a frown, even a goofy face. Most of that detail is lost to them. Instead, your cat identifies you using something much more reliable: your voice, your scent, and your daily routines. They recognize the sound of your footsteps, the tone of your voice, the moment you usually open the fridge. To your cat, you are not primarily a face. You are a predictable pattern of behavior, and that leads to something fascinating. Because in the feline world, identity isn't based on appearance. It's based on behavior. 3. Your cat defines you by your behavior. Cats are incredibly good at recognizing patterns. They memorize feeding times, sleeping habits, your tone of voice, even the emotional energy you bring into the room. To a cat, identity is not about what something looks like. It's about what it consistently does. The person who fills the food bowl, the voice that speaks softly to them, the presence that moves through the house in familiar ways. That's how your cat knows who you are, not as a human, not as a different species, but as a trusted presence in their environment. And once a cat accepts that presence, something interesting happens. They begin to treat you like one of their own. And if you're enjoying discovering how cats actually think, consider subscribing. There's a lot more fascinating feline behavior to explore. Because in many ways, your cat may see you as another cat entirely. 4. Your cat treats you like another cat. When your cat rubs their face against your legs, when they slow blink at you, when they curl up beside you, those behaviors are not random. They're social signals cats normally use with other cats. In feline society, these gestures mean trust. They mean connection. They mean you are safe to be around. So when your cat headbutts your chin or rubs against your legs, they're communicating in the social language they know best, the language of cats. From their perspective, you're not just tolerated, you're part of their small social group, their quiet little family. But there's another layer to this relationship that many cat owners overlook. Your cat may be paying closer attention to your emotions than you realize. 5. Cats are extremely sensitive to your emotions. Many cat owners notice something curious. Their cat behaves differently depending on their mood. When you're calm, your cat may approach you more easily. When you're stressed, they may become cautious, or sometimes even more affectionate. This happens because cats are very sensitive to body language, tone of voice, and even scent changes caused by stress hormones. They constantly monitor the emotional atmosphere around them. In a way, cats act like quiet emotional mirrors. They may not understand your problems, but they can often sense when something about your mood has changed. And sometimes that soft purring beside you, or that quiet moment when your cat simply stays close, is their way of maintaining calm. And one behavior reveals just how deeply your cat trusts you. 6. Where your cat sleeps reveals how they see you. Sleep is when cats are most vulnerable. In the wild, choosing where to sleep can mean the difference between safety and danger. So when your cat chooses to sleep next to you, on you, or in your bed, that choice has meaning. It means your cat sees you as safe, as protective, as someone they trust when their guard is completely down. A cat sleeping beside you is showing one of the strongest signals of trust they can offer, because in their mind, you're not just another creature living in the house. You're part of the environment that keeps them safe. And over time, something remarkable happens. You stop being just a presence in their territory. You become part of their emotional foundation. So when your cat stares at you across the room, they're not just looking at a human. They're looking at a familiar voice, a predictable presence, a source of comfort, maybe even something that feels a little like family. And once a cat decides you're part of their world, that bond can last for years, sometimes for their entire life. Now I'm curious. What's the strangest or sweetest thing your cat has ever done that made you feel like they truly understood you? Tell me in the comments, because some of those stories are more fascinating than science itself. And if you enjoy learning what your cat's behavior really means, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching.